Welcome back to Crystal Clear Coaching with Crystal Tottenham. That is moi. I am now here on the 11th of January, and basically I'm showing up here daily and trying to cultivate better habits for myself throughout the month, and inviting anyone that wants to join along for the journey. And that's okay if you're seeing this in the future. You can factor it into whatever time frame you want to. The point is to cultivate better habits. Now, yesterday I shared that I had struggled to be adding a habit every day because it was starting to accumulate and feel overwhelming. So I decided to pause creating any new habits for the week. So that's still going on. I'm still not getting through necessarily every habit every day. But I'm trying to at least tick off the brunt of them. And that's okay because I was overambitious. We knew that from the beginning. Trying to create 31 new habits in 31 days and then instigate and keep them all going. So, and that's okay. That's just my ADHD brain thinking so much more is possible than really can fit in capacity wise, and that's okay. I did have another day off today, but my house sit of a long period of time, almost a couple of months, is about to finish, and I just needed to knuckle down and get some cleaning and tidying done. And as much as you try and keep on top of it, it's never ending. And I actually can't believe that I spent most of the day doing chores and still didn't manage to do my own stuff for me. But there was pockets of time doing my own things and hanging out. Don't get me wrong, I haven't been a slave the whole day. But some days just be like that. It's just getting the admin done, and that means that I'm clear and have the space and the capacity to then show up because I've ticked those things off that are just the basic things you want to have happened for you to be able to show up powerfully to life. So yeah. I don't know that I've got a big inspirational story today. I just am still showing up here, and that's okay. Try not to sneeze right now. It's very fun. I do get to see a client tomorrow, so that'll be exciting. And I'm sure I'll have more to share around that. That the magic that gets to be created in my sessions is very exciting. So I am very pumped for that, and I know that I'm just currently still choosing exactly which tool I want to use with them, but I've got so many tools that they're all going to be great. And a lot of them I've learnt to flow between them, but this particular one that I want to use is called the Enoughness Ladder, and it's a somatic felt in essentially ladder. That's why, hence that name. Where you feel into obviously what you're feeling right now, what's going on in your energy field right now. You also feel in a bit to your past as to how it felt and how it feels differently now. And then you basically just move up the ladder. You do this standing, and we actually create a little symbolic ladder as well while we do it. And you get to step up, and you step up into the felt feeling of each step on each rung on the ladder. So you can go towards the part of you that is working towards achieving your goal, and then the part of you that has achieved the goal but maybe still needs to maintain the goal depending on what the goal is, whether that fits for that. And then there's a part of you. Then there's what happens when you've achieved the goal and it's all done and dusted? What version of you are you then showing up as then? That and how can you feel those feelings and those emotions and step into that energy right now? So that's the beauty of somatics. This is somatics. It's all about the felt feeling, and yeah, you get to change your energetic codes essentially as you step in to each version. And because we're doing it as a physical activity, it can be really powerful. So excited to do that. Part of me just wants to do all the tools with her, so we'll see if we go for time, how we go for time, because I might try and integrate some other things too. But honestly, it's called the enoughness ladder because it is enough. Yeah, how we feel at our core about ourselves shapes every moment, every decision we make. And if we don't feel like enough, we will keep showing up in their ways and attracting less than, and yeah, well, basically not enough. We will paint our world around us with our thoughts and actions to be not enough. And there's so many of us like hurt from who knows what, probably millions of things, or maybe at least hundreds of things. Small moments where you've proven yourself is not enough, but as a survival mechanism, because it all comes back to survival, or staying in love and belonging in order to survive. That's what our brains are wired for, and our bodies as well. So, we've got to notice all those areas that we don't feel like we're enough to step into our dreams, and we actually have to learn ways to recode them. And it's not just all in your brain. That's why somatic practices are so powerful, because you get to feel into the energy of it and the felt feeling and the safe space within your body that you can trust, but also noticing the parts of your body you feel like you can't trust, and just learning to bring the safety of that other part of your body that you can trust to that part of your body that you just don't feel like you can trust, whether from a previous experience or something that you've just felt your whole life. It could even be from a past life experience, or it could be passed down through generations. It could be something like our eggs are actually in our mother and our grandmother's womb. I don't know if I've said that exactly right, but basically there's a part of us in our grandmother's womb that then gets, when a female is born, she then carries it around, and if that egg gets fertilized and becomes us, we were actually partially there. Obviously not the masculine gene, but yeah, pretty wild. And so the body keeps the score. So who's to say that at that minute level, I actually really believe that we can take on the felt feelings of our generations past, and that the same thing happened for my mother and her mother and her mother's mother, and all the way back through. So yeah, it's like, if somebody doesn't break the pattern, then it'll just keep being perpetrated as many generations as are to follow, unless somebody either stops having children or chooses to operate in a different way and do the work to do so. So this is coming into I'm talking a little bit about family systems now. So that's another part I'm trained in, is the dynamics of how we show up in our family system, whether they're biological or our chosen family system or our adopted family system. Whatever family system exists for us, it all counts. Even if you had a good friend that kind of got adopted by the family and was fostered, they're still part of that family system, because they were an integral part of a decent period of time growing up when there is that family hierarchy in place as well. And yeah, it's fascinating. And I honestly think, yeah, there's a lot of trauma to heal in our past generation. So yeah, I love it when I hear people are willing to do the work for their ancestors, for their future generations, for themselves. And that also comes into family constellations, which I don't facilitate, but I have been trained around, which is getting a whole big group of people that are beautiful and nourishing and holding space for one person to heal the family line with a certain pattern that shows up for them. It's pretty magical. It gets a bit woo-woo, but it's actually just all the energetic field. And I mean, I understand it to a degree that I actually don't feel like it's actually that woo-woo, but it can feel very confronting to people that have not come across something like it before. So, yeah. Anyway, I did find something to talk about in the end, didn't I? Just need to get me yapping and then it comes right out. But anyway, I will leave it there for now. Yeah, I love just coming on for chats and sharing some of the knowledge that I've learnt, and hopefully you learn something new. I'll be back tomorrow, and hopefully have a bit of fresh energy after my client session. So yeah, anyway, have a good day, night, wherever you are, and see you next time.